If you wanted to, we could spend a couple of minutes just spitballing some kills. Like, give Michael Myers a couple of moments. It's Halloween. People are out there. He's going to be encountering some people. I've always been curious as to who he chooses to attack, you know? Because on one level, we do say, yes, people get in his way. And it's like, well, he also does go out of his way. He'll veer off into another direction. And I'm wondering if there was something we could play with that. Like, what if we took a stab at why does he choose to, like, get distracted?
I think if you piss him off. Like in Halloween 6, Barry Sims, Barry Sims says, that pussy Michael Myers. And then when he gets in the van, Myers comes behind, he hears it. So, Myers is just smart enough to be pissed off if somebody, there's always been this rage in him. But to kind of, if you wanted to throw in a kill that's sort of comedic a little bit without being trying to, make it full on comedy, you could have a character in there that's kind of bad-mouthing Myers or something like that, stating that he could take on Myers, I'm not scared of him. And then Myers just happens to be behind him or something like that.
I have one. I actually have a fun kill. There's a teenager, some jock douchebag teenager who's dressed like the clown costume of Michael Myers from the first one. So it's like, look, I'm him, and he's running around with a knife, and he's not dressed up as Michael Myers the killer. He's dressed up as the boy from the beginning.
The clown.
That would trigger Myers completely. I haven't seen that. You're playing in with Jamie dressed as a clown, with Myers dressed as a clown.
It's perfect.
And that is just right there in the middle of the street, probably with people watching going, oh my God. And you have one of those he's already dead, Krusty the Clown moments where he just keeps stabbing.
Yeah.
It goes on too long, intentionally. Because, that is a big trigger for him to go back to his childhood when the evil basically emerged, if you will. So that could be such an iconic one. I'm actually surprised no one's went back to
they always
clown
have a
version.
character dressed up as Myers. They did it in 5, they did it in Resurrection, and a few of the other ones they've done that too. But yeah, that's kind of played out. I think you're right. I think you have to have a character in a clown costume. That's a trigger for Myers, and it kind of writes itself.
Yeah, and then she could probably see that might be the first one actually, because when she shows up, she sees the clown. She was dressed as a clown. So you have this moment where both Myers...
That could be a trigger for her.
Yeah, she's like, did I do that? And she's thinking back to herself as a clown, and it's like, wow, it all quite neatly ties together, and you got yourself a brutal original kill.